it's Misha. Welcome back. So today we're going to be talking about, you guessed it, the Heartleaf Philodendron. So this particular plant is, look at that beauty. This particular plant, it's originally from Central America and the Caribbean. This particular one, it's a rescue from Home Depot. I went to Home Depot and she is currently, let me show you. She is solely in sphagnum moss and she was so dry. She was so dry and she looked so sad. Her leaves were turning. It was just something I could not withstand. So I decided, you know what, I'm gonna take it home. They're such hardy plants, and I knew that she was gonna be okay. When it comes to the Heartleaf Philodendron, the beauty about this plant is that it can grow on anything. It can grow on sphagnum moss. It can grow on soil. You could do you can add a trellis to the plant, or you can let it vine out. It's just it's such a cool plant to have. And when it comes to the lighting conditions, I feel like it can take very high lighting to low light. So this is the type of plant that no matter what you throw at it, it will thrive. So I have this one, of course, in sphagnum moss. When I first purchased it, because it was so dry, no one was paying attention to it, it did lose one of its biggest leaves, but it's so happy here that it's just growing so many new leaves. I do water this plant once a week. I do leave some water at the bottom so that it can wake up. And I also have one growing in soil, and I actually created that moss pole for it. When it comes to this one, it's very vocal. If it's drying out, it would definitely let you know, because the leaves will turn and it will look sad and droopy, and then as soon as you water it, it perks back up. So this one, I do know that this is too large of a pot for the plant. This particular plant had issues with fungus gnats, so I ended up doing a treatment of hydrogen peroxide, and it slowed the growth of the plant. Also, it gave, I'm not sure if you're able to see, but these two leaves, yeah, you can't really see it, but they're showing signs of chlorosis. So I am going to be giving this plant some iron. Because I placed this one in a low light condition, it went from having extremely large leaves to growing very small ones. So now I moved it so that it can perk back up. This one, it's kind of funny because it's the same plant. This one I always keep evenly moist, and this one I let it dry out between waterings. They both get water at the same time, once a week on Sundays. And this one already had very large leaves when I purchased it, but it's interesting to see how much the plant actually does love water. And even though it will withstand being dry, it just prefers to be moist. So this is a prime example of it. Soil and terracotta against sphagnum moss, because even the leaves that are growing with this one, they're larger than the ones here. It's like night and day. It's double the size, actually about triple the size. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna see if I start watering this one more often, maybe instead of every 7 days, every 5, and just kind of be fair to her. And I also, like I said, I moved her to being under the grow light, because in my home it's mostly ambient light. But the beauty with it is that no matter what condition, it will live. To kill this is nearly impossible unless you leave for a month and you don't water the plant. Then yes, you will lose the plant completely. But for the most part, no matter what condition you give it, it will be happy. As far as fertilizing goes, I do fertilize this plant every other week, and I do about half of what's recommended. I do use an organic indoor plant food. This is something that I purchased at Amazon, and it was about, I want to say it was about $18 for an 8-ounce 8 fluid ounces. So I think it's pretty good. I legit just fill the watering can and just put it, half a teaspoon. I legit don't use the correct amount, but either way, it is a fast grower under the correct conditions. When it comes to the soil, it loves to be in a well draining soil. And also, if you have it in a terracotta pot or any pot whatsoever, make sure it has a drainage hole, because unless it's in sphagnum moss, it does not like to be sitting in water. Really, not many plants do unless you have a lucky bamboo. And then when it comes to this particular philodendron, it's a good plant to have. It's just green leaves, but they're gorgeous green leaves. I love, cleaning the leaves. It's just so peaceful to see this. And I love the little pot that it's in. I think that, as long as you give it the correct conditions, that you give it, the correct type of lighting, it will grow so fast for you. Most people have this in a, hanging basket. And I actually was thinking about, because I have 3 of them, I was thinking about placing one in a hanging basket close to a south facing window, and just kind of see how all 3 of them compare. But honestly, out of the 2, evenly moist on sphagnum moss does grow better than drying in between waterings in a terracotta pot, at least for me, because they're both under the same conditions. The only difference is what they're in. So yeah, actually when I finish this video, I'm gonna water this one and the moss bowl. But anyhow, let me know what you thought about it, and let me know if you have one. This is such a common house plant. I think most people with indoor plants, they do have one, because it's so easy to grow. It's something that you can, either love it or forget about it, and no matter what, it's gonna love you back. So yeah, so anyway, thank you again for watching. If you have any questions or concerns, please let me know in the comments below. I will be more than happy to answer any questions. And if you are thinking about getting this particular plant anywhere, I did purchase this one at Home Depot for like $10, and then I purchased this one. This one was, I want to say, this one was at Hertz, and it was in a very, very small pot, and it was about less than $15. And it has grown a lot for me. I even divided it. I did cuttings, because to propagate this plant, it's so easy. You just cut below a node. You can do leaf propagations if you cut in between them, and it's just so easy to propagate. That's why many people that have indoor plants have one in every corner. But anyway, that's it for today. Thank you so much for watching, and until next time. Oh, and don't forget to subscribe. Bye.